Hello everyone, I am Prajakta and welcome to my channel Tutorial Time by KU. So today's discussion is about DBMS. So we will first discuss the basic concepts and definitions. So DBMS stands for Database Management System and it is a software that is used to manage the database or data. So the popular and commercial database applications are MySQL and Oracle. It provides an interface to perform operations like database creation, storing data in it, updating the data, and creating a table in the database. So first we will understand what do you mean by database. So database is basically used, it is an application or we can say that it is a software that stores data. Now what do you mean by data? So data is anything, any fact that we store about any person or any school, any organization. So it is actually stored in database using tables. So your DBMS database management system software will allow you to create or store the data. It will allow to create tables or it will allow you also to update the data regularly. So first we will see what is a transaction. So transaction is a action or series of actions that are being performed by a single user or application program which reads or updates the contents of the database. So transaction means anything. For example, if you are inserting anything into the database or you are updating your database or you are deleting anything from the database, it is called as a transaction. It can be a single action or it can be a series of actions or it can be anything done by any other application program that either reads or updates the contents of the database. Now transaction in a database system must obey some things, so that are atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability. Now this is also called as acid property. First, we will see what do you mean by atomicity. So this property states that transaction must be treated as an atomic unit, that is either all of its operations are executed or no operation is executed at all. So if a transaction is having, for example, 5 operations, so all 5 operations must be executed or no operation must be executed if something happens. Now, second property is consistency. This property states that the database must remain in a consistent state after any transaction. So, consistency in database system refers to the fact that any database transaction must change affected data only in allowed ways. For example, if you are changing your roll number or your phone number in the database, then only that part of the database should be uh, changed, that is updated. No other data must be affected by your transaction and it should be in the allowed ways, that is only whatever permissions are given to the users, that only must be executed, no other permissions will be granted. The next property is durability. The database should be durable enough to hold all its latest updates even if the system fails or restarts. Now, in this case, if you are updating, your transaction is updating something in the database and a system failure occurs or your system restarts, then if the transaction is committed, so all the data that by the committed transaction must be updated to the database once the system restarts. So this feature is called as durability. Now next and the last property is isolation. If there are more than one transaction being executed simultaneously and in parallel manner, this property states that all the transactions will be carried out and executed as if they are only one transaction in the system being executed. No transaction will affect the existence of any other transaction. So isolation means what? There are more than one transactions in the database system that are running simultaneously in parallel manner. So even if you are running them in parallel manner, they should always provide the output as if they are running yeah, like a single transaction in the database. So no other transaction will affect the other transaction or it will update the database of other data of other transaction by mistake. So this is called as the isolation. Now we will see what are the different states of transaction. So there are basically 5 to 6 states of transactions. First one is the active state, then partially committed, failed state, committed state, and aborted state. And last one is called as the end or terminated state. Now we will see the states of transaction in detail. So first state is the active state. This is also called as the first state of the transaction. So whenever the transaction begins, it is always in the active states and it remains in this state as long as all its instructions are being executed. And after the changes are made, here they are stored in buffer. So they are not updated. They are stored in the buffer. For example, if any transaction is being executed and its instructions are being executed one by one, it is called as in active state, and the data of that transaction is updated in the buffer and not in the database. The second state is partially committed state. After last instruction of the transaction is been executed, it is called as partially committed. As long as its changes are not updated in the database, they are still in buffer. So partially committed state means what? The transaction is executing its last instruction and all its data is still in buffer. It is not updated in the database. So this state is called as partially committed. Now the next state is committed state. So all the changes made by the transaction are finally updated in the database successfully from the buffer to the database, and it is called as the committed state. Now the next state is failed state. When the transaction is in the active state or in partially committed state and something happens, that is some failure occurs, then and the transaction is unable to continue its execution, so it is called as the failed state. And it's if the transaction is in the failed states, its changes are not updated in the database. Now aborted state. After transaction fails, all its changes are rolled back. Rollback means we undo the changes made by the transaction and then it enters the aborted state. Now the last one is the terminated state. It is the last state of the life cycle of the transaction after entering the committed state. That is of all the changes made by the transaction are successfully stored in the database, or it is in the aborted state, that is something happened and the transaction is unable to continue. It comes in the last state, that is terminated state, and finally comes to an end. Now this was all about database management system. To provide suggestions or questions, please click on the following link. Please press the like button and you can subscribe to my channel for more videos. Also, you can give feedback using the link which I have provided. Thank you.